Hey guys, I'm back with another market update, and let's start with Prismatic, but there are some moves in some other products I want to go over. So everything's kind of stagnant for Prismatic. There's some price increases, price decreases. We saw Prismatic go to a low, back to 116 yesterday. It's currently back to 118. I want to look at just the data in general. So demand is still kind of steady throughout these days. And let's just look at the actual sales for here. I do see this one by 144. But yeah, there were some sales at like 118 yesterday, and there were some sales at like 120. So it seems like the price is fluctuating. Get rid of that. So, and I want to look at the sellers just to see who's selling. So like once you get past, oh, it's not even registering the seller. Once you get past these sellers, you get back to 118 and a half. Yeah, a lot of these are just 118 and a half. There's this one seller over here with 25 sales for 117. That's a bunch of the market. There's not a lot of sales, so I don't know how legit that is. It could be a legit seller, but it has 100% feedback, so maybe. But yeah, it seems like we're definitely still recovering. And I told you, like, no, I'm just kind of waiting it out. I'm not in a rush to sell or anything or get rid of products. Surprise boxes took a drop for the first time in a while. It's been at 104/105 for the longest time. So I think I have that here. So I just want to look at that a little bit. I guess demand has decreased a little bit. It's released on the 7th. It's actually releasing in like 2 weeks. So that's gonna have an impact on that. But I'm curious how the price goes with this. With the price going, all the products that have already been released have dropped, but the products that haven't been released haven't really dropped. So as supply increases, I wonder how this will go. I think I saw GameStop. At least I got an email of it saying that they let you pre-order this, so that was surprising. So I just want to know how much is actually sent to the market. If they printed a lot of these, then it will affect the price, but still has that random EV promo card, which makes it different than like a typical poster sticker collection, which still remain at the lows. Even though the pack price is 12 something, you can still get packs for about like less than $10 or $11. This Lacy Tech is like a lot lower than the other one too. But I get the feeling people are just buying the cheapest one. But there's a chance that maybe Glaceon is the least popular. And then the binder collection went down a few dollars. The PCTBs are about the same. The PCTBs, the selling rates, yeah, they're still selling. They're selling about like 20 a day, and people are still buying at, some people bought yesterday for around 260. Okay, next I wanted to talk about some patterns I'm seeing. So let's just look at the overall data first to make it easier. So I made a video yesterday saying that Sword and Shield base just jumped a lot because people had suddenly bought it. The price hasn't changed, but what did change was Rebel Clash, which is also super stagnant. It's been like this 225 number for like ever since the 9th. So if we look at Rebel Clash, and I do see, yeah, there were some sales yesterday. Well, there's a sale yesterday, which impacted that. But yeah, there's not a lot out there, 24. So when people actually start buying these things, they will go up. And I think that there's just a little bit of like, it's just buying pressure and stuff. Over time, they'll see the effects of these really old sets, and they'll want to buy into it because they want to get in on it before it appreciates. That's kind of how a lot of people are doing things. They like to wait it out. And but suddenly a lot of attention goes to the products and like, oh no, I need to buy, and attention suddenly shifts in the opposite direction. So some people are better at predicting those ahead of time and buying ahead of time, but this is where they talk about like time in the market versus time in the market. Sometimes you just have to make your best guess based on your current life scenarios and take a gamble. If you want to take a gamble on these, they probably will go up. Well, I don't know about Sword and Shield base, but Rebel Clash, it could go up to like 300, 400, depending on how many years you hold it. It just depends how good of it is long term. Vivid Voltage went up a little bit. It's the same price as Battle Styles now, and Battle Styles has been making moves. I just checked the stock data for that, and I think it was selling like over 1,000. Spoiler alert, it's gonna sell in like about a week at this rate. Um, I may have said that yesterday. I had to double check the data, but that's what today's data said so far. Um, but the thing I'm seeing with Sword and Shield is that the more expensive sets are steadily declining. Evolving Skies is at another all-time low. Well, not all-time low, but low compared to recent. It's back to 1200, and yeah, it's still made really great growth over the year. But yeah, there hasn't been like anyone buying ever since the 16th. It's just been really dry, and that's why the price has been going down. People have been lowering the price. You're seeing that with Chilling Reign too. Chilling Reign, no one's bought in except for I guess right here. So it's just been affecting the price, making it drop. Or actually, that's the Pokemon Center data. But yes, Chilling Reign has been just steadily declining this whole time. It's been pretty noticeable because like it's the one that's just been changing the most consistently. Fusion Strike went down a little bit and also is steadily declining. So yeah, these really expensive boxes, people are kind of pulling back and they're kind of price correcting basically. And I think that people are, especially with all the money going into like Vivid Voltage and Battle Styles and Astral Radiance recently, I think money is just pulling out there and going back to these more affordable sets. Battle Style seems a clear thing at like about $150. Like look at all these other prices and you're like you could buy 3 boxes of Battle Styles for one Fusion Strike. It just makes a little more sense for some people. For Scarlet Violet, the biggest, yeah, I mentioned this before. I was trying to predict to see if there'd be any moves, and yeah, I was looking at SV Base and Paradox, and I did, yeah, I did say that I think that Paradox might be up for a move because it was at this 143 price, and there's a slight move here, and I was like, does that mean anything? Because like, I know that it's a little undervalued, and it's still it's against buying pressure, guys. See the pattern ahead of time. The first 4 sets have some sort of safety to them that everyone believes in. It's just they don't know when to buy. And Paradox Rift has finally crossed back to like 156 after I think it was at like 150 before. Actually, no, this is a new time high ever since I started tracking it. But yeah, Paradox Rift, this could be really the last chance to get it because they're not really printing anymore. Like I've heard news. Well, I've heard. Okay, I'll just say what I've heard. Other YouTubers say that they've heard from distributors that Pokemon Company has no plans to print more Paradox Rift because they already printed it so much. And I do see demand increasing all of a sudden. So that's a good sign for Paradox Rifts. Surging Sparks is kind of the same, but I usually just list it there just in case. And Paldea Evolved is also decreasing. It's one of these, that's the biggest drop I've seen in a while. It hasn't been that price since the 9th. So actually, yeah, a lot of prices are going back to like the 9th. That's like 2 weeks ago, or a little more than 2 weeks ago. But yeah, Paldea hasn't been 190 in a while. And there's there's at least there's like 26 boxes. So Safari Zone's like dropping their boxes. I actually saw like they're having a sale recently, so I think yeah, it might be a chance to buy. I saw I think Twilight and Safari Zone, Twilight and Paldea, they're on a discount. I mentioned 151. The main change was the UPCs. The UPCs dropped. That should be a red. They dropped about, let's say, $18, and they've been around 270 for a while. So that's been kind of surprising. I was wondering if demand had dropped or anything. So I just wanted to look at, the amount sold has been just like a little more sporadic per day. I guess that's why they've been decreasing. But still, if you got this $100, it's still a really great return on your investment. But other than that, like there hasn't been much change in other products. They did the PCETB. Yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's been around 350. It was around 340 before. And then let's go Journeys Together. Journeys Together has been pretty much the same. The only other thing that normal was this booster box case that was sold, and that's usually the main change. Everything else, the price has been kind of consistent. Booster boxes like 220, 240, sometimes closer to 210. PCTBs around 200, ETBs around 100. And in cases, sometimes I'll see like a cheaper sale, but yeah, that's like the cheapest you can get. Journey Together, a case for less than $1,200. It's kind of a bargain at $537 a pack. But that's it for today's video. Thanks guys. Bye.